Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. In today's video we are taking a look at another game with my Anubian Death deck. Still trying to work my way up into Ethereal Diamond, currently at Solar Gold level. And the last time I tried to get up into Ethereal Diamond, I got a little distracted partway through, and I ended up trying some other decks and then de-ranking during the experimentation process. But I think it's got a pretty good shot. I've been refining the deck. Today we were up against, I believe, some form of card draw magic. But I'm still not sure how far we can go. Now, I really like to play that Pyramid Warden against Magic, because typically Magic just doesn't have enough to put a Pyramid Warden away. With all those soaky-uppy hit points on a Pyramid Warden, especially an empty board and no creatures to come back when that Pyramid Warden dies. It's just a great way to usually absorb spells. Now, Frost Queen Nefru is awesome. She's one of my favorite cards, especially if you can get her to stick, either with Malaysian Magistrate or with Empire Reborn. Typically, my opponent doesn't like Frost Queen Neferu, I've noticed, though. She's definitely a priority target number one. This adjusted Anubian Death deck has one single Necro Scepter in it, and that is to help with that early game curve. One Necro Scepter can sometimes go a really long way in just bringing back creature after creature after creature. And yeah, it's just I found it so far to be a pretty handy little. I rarely get Necroceptor, let's just say, and am unhappy about it. That rarely happens. So far I found it to be a nice little addition to this deck. And for those of you who have been trying this deck, I've shuffled some things around, and in this, I think I'm up to the best version so far. There's just a few little cards that have been changed around. Death Watch Curate. Definitely a favorite of mine, especially for that mid-game, especially if you're off to a bad start, because it just starts healing +3/+3 every time you're below 15 health, so it can be, it has to be a high priority target for your opponent if he doesn't want you to heal each time. It almost acts like a front line, except it's a nice 5/6 body. Not quite a front line, but it almost acts as though if it were, because it draws the focus. Both in that it is a big body that your opponent wants to get rid of, and also in that it is healing you as well. So, Over the Line is in hand, Anhotep is in hand, Empire Reborn is in hand, Corpse Swallower. We've got a number of good cards in hand. So what I'm thinking here is to throw down Malaysian Magistrate to bring back Deathwatch Curate, or Empire Reborn to bring back Deathwatch Curate. I decided to go with Empire Reborn and turn my one Deathwatch Curate into two. Now with Malaysian Magistrate, it actually would have destroyed it, brought it back once, and then brought it back twice more for a pretty crazy combo. But in this case, I had to decide what I thought was more survivable. I decided two might be more survivable than one that came back to life. In retrospect, the other way around probably would have been better. He wouldn't have been able to Shape Blast, or he might have just been able to do some other combo. Who knows? Corpse Swallower, such a great card. Not so much against Magic, because Magic doesn't have many creatures on the board, but this can be great to just start bringing back, just getting more cards into your hand. That being said, he's got to destroy Corpse Swallower here, or that's it. The thing is, when you're at 17 health, you don't really feel like you're necessarily in trouble. But then Corpse Swallower takes its swing, Anhotep goes down, reduces Over the Line to 0. Over the Line gets a free play, and it's so much burst damage. And that's the game. Okay, hope you guys have enjoyed this one. More coming up soon.